Hey everyone, so Blind Muller is back and I'm just going to call this a product overview. So earlier in the week I received from Scaletrains the second run of the C39-8 in Norfolk Southern, and the difference between this run and the previous run is, well, it's the second run, first off. And the second is, well, this one comes with the new ditch lights on it, equipped at each end. And believe it or not, right out of the box, when set to address 3, that they even have the cab is the rear end of the locomotive, and that is actually correct. So programming this, setting it up will be pretty easy. Anyhow, I did a product overview on this locomotive a while back with this one in Conrail, and the only thing I would say is, again, superb detailing, looks sharp. You have the ditch lights on the front, and let me fire it up and you want to take a listen to this, and you know, your typical functions, your horn, bell, lights. This comes equipped with the Loc Sound 5 decoder, so you're going to get that really nice smooth speed control that they are known for. And in addition to receiving the C39-8, I also received 2 of the brand new F68AH Bulkheads decorated in trailer train. So you need a little bit about the prototype. These are 68-foot bulkhead flat cars. They began building these back in 1969. So you could probably use these on any railroads from that point on forward. These come decorated in the trailer train yellow scheme, and these are full of great detail. Like I said, this is just going to be a quick product overview. I'll give you my couple of takes on it as well. So pulling these out of the box, you got an instruction manual, and then in addition, these wood planks that are, you actually have to apply these separately, which is, I think, in my opinion, a pretty cool thing, because you can take that out, scuff them up, weather them before you put them in place, and that's what I'm in the process of doing with these. I'm in process of weathering up the planks on each of these models. So you get enough to do all of the entire decking. And they go in between the braces that go crosswise on there. So they are full of detail. You got your separately applied ladders, railings, grab irons. You got your Scaletrains coupler, and it is the extended coupler, just like the prototype. Then you have air hose, coupler lift bar. The stirrup steps are even nice and fine, not the thick bulky plastic that you, well, if you remember the MDC 60-foot bulkhead flat cars, how thick those were. No, these are much finer and much thinner. The printing is very clear and legible. Paint is applied very neatly. We'll even take a close look here. So the wheel sets, I did measure these up against the NMRA gauge, and they are all in gauge, so they should track no problem. My samples did right out of the box. They come equipped with 36-inch metal wheel sets, and they even include roller bearings on there. So if you see, the roller bearings actually rotate, which is a pretty cool feature to have. Then, like I said, the wood decking you have to apply yourself, and to me that's kind of a cool feature. Like I said, you can weather it up on the sprue before you pop them in place. Just put a little dab of thick CA underneath, and then just push them in place, hold them in place for a second, and there you have it. So as I said, I'm weathering these up a little bit. That's the process I'm doing right now. I will say that the couplers were on the B end were a little bit low. I tightened up the coupler box on them, on each of them, and that seemed to help raise that coupler up a little bit, but that's nothing a washer can't fix, either under the trucks or put a shim in the coupler box to put it up, to get it right up to the right height. And I think that's just part of the issue of having the longer shank couplers. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But overall, here's the underbody, metal underbody, underframe, and it brings the weight up to this car to 4.3 ounces. And before I put the decking in place, it was 4.2, so the decking did add a little bit of extra weight to that, to 4.3, 4.4. The recommended weight for a car of this length is about 5 ounces, so it's just a little bit short, but there's nothing that a load wouldn't handle that would bring that up to spec with no problem. But these are extremely free rolling cars. Whoops. Overall, nice looking cars. If you have the means, I highly suggest getting a couple of these. Definitely a step apart from your typical MDC cars. I have a few of those on my layout, like I'm sure quite a few people do as well. You know, those were, at least for the time being, a cool stand-in. Well, now we have an actual prototype model. Looks good. It rolls very well. Like I said, probably throwing a load on there adds a little bit extra weight. You get a lumber load, building product load, and metal pipes or something. Yeah, that looks good. It would look good. So anyhow, that's my quick overview on the Scaletrains F68AH Bulkhead flat car. And they're available at Scaletrains.com for $41.98. I believe it's the price, maybe $42.98, but either case, these are very nice cars, very well detailed. Paint's nice and crisp and clear and opaque, and all the printing is very legible under a magnifier, and believe me, I use plenty of magnifiers. So and then, like I said, the brand new C39-8, there you have it. It's very nicely done model as well, and especially with the ditch lights, and I believe they released these with CSX as well. So if you're looking for ditch light versions of the C39-8s, they are out. So anyhow, hope you just enjoyed this quick overview and take on the models. Anyhow, we'll just say, Blind Miler out. Catch everybody on the other side. Bye.